Welcome to Silence is Golden, the show where we help you start and grow your very own WordPress consulting business. I'm Simon Kelly.
And I'm Troy Dean, and we're coming to you live from sunny Santa Monica here in Southern California. We're very excited to be here. Today we're going to be talking about your dream of starting your very own business, being location independent like we are here, and how we've managed to do that through putting processes in place in our business to run our care plans, which we'll explain a little bit more about. And we're also going to give away our proposal template, which will help you get paid more for the services that you deliver to your clients and help your clients get the solutions they actually need. All that and a whole lot more. Stay with us. And here we are, live in Santa frickin' Monica, dude.
It's not quite the studio, but
it's not the studio. It's pretty
come together.
Damn good though. We should take a photo of like
the other side.
We should take a photo of the other side.
Yeah. We did a little video pre-roll while you were out.
Oh, did you?
Getting some stuff.
I'm just going to take a photo of the studio here and the lights that we have. There we go, beautiful. I'll post that up later. The three lights, the three like down lights in the dining room here that we've just kind of pivoted to shine on us. And that behind us is Southern California, Santa Monica. We are here for our 3-day mastermind event with our Mavericks Club members. And then of course on Saturday we're running WP Elevation Live, which is our live event. And here are the workbooks that we just picked up from the printers today for the Mavericks Club live event coming up, which is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, which is very, very exciting indeed. Just show you a little bit of a sneak peek as to what's in a workbook. Ooh, it's very fancy.
Very
and there's
exciting.
A whole bunch of scorecards and things that you fill in, and then some worksheets. Ooh, lots of places to take notes. And you take this book home with you at the end of the event, and you've got a bit of a flight plan and a bit of an action plan to get some stuff done. How you doing?
Yeah, good. Yeah,
Could
it's going to be
shave
good.
for the bloody show.
No, it's getting a bit intense, isn't it? Well, it'll be for the Mavericks. I'm going to let it grow for them.
Well, we are travelling. We are here in Santa Monica, and we do want to talk about this. What I want to talk about is what you were doing before you decided to start your own business. I just want to cast your mind back there and think about what motivated you to start your own business and the situation that you were in, the last job that you had.
Yeah, so I was actually IT manager at an engineering company in Brisbane.
Wow.
Like fill-in IT manager, because the current IT manager was
Right.
just didn't want to work as much basically, and they
I've
just
seen
looked around the room.
I've seen you with a computer, and
Pretty good?
It's well, I wouldn't have said that you
Goes
were an
off,
IT
goes
manager.
on. Yeah. Sometimes I can print things. Computer can turn off. Computer can turn on. That's qualified.
You know how to use a mouse. Yep.
Yeah. So I was studying criminology at the time, and just working with this company. And then they had like a wholesale account to buy computers, and I thought, oh, genius! Like I can buy 4 computers and get the 5th one for free or something like that. And that was the point where I was like, oh, cool! You can make money doing that. Easy. I'll sell computers. And I didn't do that, thankfully, at all.
Right.
Yeah, and then I was building websites for them at the time for their like distributors as well, and then started doing that for clients on the side. I negotiated a pay rise and 1 day off, which was pretty sweet. And then in 2009, as I was I registered Renegade Empire, and then I broke my ankle and I couldn't walk for a couple of months. So I was like working from home for a bit, and they're like, "This isn't working for us." And I went, "Perfect," because I've already started working with clients, and have been doing that since January 2009.
Wow.
So this is the 10 year.
Wow, dude, this is 10 years. So your business is 10 years
10
old.
years and 1 month.
Congratulations.
Thanks,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Most businesses fail within the first 12 months, and then most of those that survive fail in the next 12 months.
I've been failing for about 10 years. I think it's just continuing.
Mate, you're still doing it, consistently
living
failing.
the dream. That's it.
Was travel part of a motivation for you wanting to start your own business?
Yeah, absolutely, massively. It was like, we were talking before off camera, like about freedom, but in all the senses of the word, like freedom of location, freedom with the kind of clients I worked for, the type of work that I did. Like I just had so much more control over that, and that was super appealing to me. And then once I started doing it, I was like, oh my God, I could do anything, and that is super scary to me. So I had both sides of it, which is fun. But yeah, basically more freedom, which was the plan. Yeah. How about yourself? Was travel
was not.
for you?
I was just trying to check out if there's any comments and if we were streaming, because you know how I get off on that stuff, but I haven't been able to pull it up yet. I'm just going to trust Max that it's all good and it's all going well. Excellent. No, travelling was not part of a thing for me. I'd never travelled when I started. But the last job that I worked, I was 26 years old. I travelled for the first time when I was about 34. That was the first time I travelled.
Travelled as in overseas.
Yeah, oh wow, that looks pretty bloody good, doesn't it? Look at that, fantastic. That looks pretty schmick, mate.
Polish up all right.
There we go, look at that.
And also...
There we go, look, that's fantastic,
Episode 50.
Oh, it is episode 50 too.
Oh my God,
it is episode 50,
man.
I know,
Yeah,
that is...
Spend some time next to each other on this,
yeah,
behind this camera.
that is huge.
Watching you on your phone, basically.
Yeah, that's right. Thing. Mitch Britt says, congrats Simon Kelly on being here for 10 years.
Thanks,
and Ginny Mack and Kerry Baker are also watching. G'day, fellas, how are you? And girls. So what was the question? I quit my last job when I was 26. Straight back into good form.
Yeah. Dad, be quiet. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. All right, starting now. I'll be on track. I'll be focused for 2 minutes. Watch me.
I quit my last job when I was 26 in spectacular style, by the way. I can't give you all the details because it is a family time slot and it wouldn't be safe for work. But let's just say this. If you've ever had a boss that gave you the shits and you had a dream about saying a certain series of words to him or her in a certain order and then hanging up the phone, might have been something like, go play with the fridge, you
shut the front door,
something along those lines, then that's exactly what I did. Hence I became unemployable. I went out in spectacular style, and at the age of 26 I had to start my own thing to survive. Travel was never a part of it. It was because I didn't want to put up with anyone else's bullshit. That's why I started my own thing.
And no one could put up with yours.
That's correct. I was a horrible employee, and if any of my past employers are watching, I'm terribly sorry I gave you such a hard time.
I just want to clear something up. I didn't call Troy Dad just before. That was a personal
joke. That's right.
Wait 1 sec.
It's a little
Believe
known
what you
fact.
like.
It's a little known fact that I am Simon's father. Yes, that is a little known fact. It's out there now.
Things you discover on the road.
So anyway, we are here not to crap on about that stuff. We're here to talk about how we have built our business in a way that we are location independent. We can come here to sunny Santa Monica with Max, who's sitting in the producer's booth just over here, and we can do live streams with our fancy gear, and we can run live events, and we can go skating and scootering around Santa Monica and Muscle Beach like these boys did this morning down in Venice and at Venice Beach. And our business still continues to tick over because we have processes in place and we have people driving some of those processes. Now, it's not all rainbows and unicorns. There is a lot of work involved, but it can be done. Now, one of the first things that I realised a long time ago, and Simon since realised as well, is that in order to get paid well for the services that you deliver, you need to have a great proposal that you can put in front of people that convinces them to buy your services. So we are actually giving away our proposal template, and we have a 3-part video training series that goes along with it. I think there should be a link coming up on the screen at some point where you can actually go and click on that link or put that link into your browser, whatever they do these days with the old Google Chrome thing and the internets and the interwebs, and they goggle it on the inter-safaris, don't they?
That's right, well said.
Then you can download the proposal template, watch our 3-part video training series, and learn how to write great proposals for your clients, how to run great client meetings, and in fact discover the entire blueprint for running a WordPress consulting business. Now, we use this for care plans. Explain what a care plan is.
So a care plan is, instead of calling them maintenance plans, which is taking care of your client's website on an ongoing basis, things like security, backup, software updates, taking care of your clients' websites and their online presence, basically. A lot of people call them maintenance plans, but no client thinks, oh, I want maintenance. That's going to really add a lot of value to my business. Is maintenance. It's not something people want. It's something they need, but you want to reframe it as a benefit. And having care plans is something we've talked about a lot at WP Elevation. So just reframing that as a care plan as opposed to a maintenance plan. So it's recurring revenue for your business, it's recurring value for your clients, and that just really helps you build consistent base of revenue for your business.
Because they expect maintenance, they don't want to pay for it. It's just a given.
Yeah, and technology is changing so much now that things like Squarespace, Shopify, it's just built in. They don't sell maintenance. Oh, and we'll maintain it for you.
It's just a given.
What?
That's right.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
You don't buy an app and it's free maintenance. What?
It's just expected.
That's right. Yeah.
Roby Lawrence says, love the lighting, very moody. Yes, well, we're working with the conditions that we have, Roby. Yeah. In fact, we ordered...
It is Valentine's coming up.
That's right, it is Valentine's Day. And we are giving away chocolate love hearts at our event on Thursday for our Mavericks Club members. So, bet you've got FOMO now, Roby. We did order some lights yesterday on Amazon, and they were guaranteed to be delivered today, and they're not here. So I've been whipping the Amazon support boy recently, and he has promised that if they're not here by 8 o'clock, I'm going to get a refund on the extra shipping charge. But that doesn't help us right now because it is a little bit dim.
It helps a bit to know they're being whipped.
Correct.
That's all.
Matthew Rodella's just joined in. Hey, Matthew Rodella. We're actually using you as a case study on a slide this week as part of our Mavericks Club because we are talking about predictable product. Hope you don't mind. We are using you as a case study. Now, we actually have a clip that Max is going to play here, which is our gold nugget for the week. And this is actually a breakdown of the 9 sections that you should include in a proposal. You can check out the full video for free just by clicking at that link that Max put up on the screen before. It is wplinks.io/proposal. But in the meantime, we're going to take a look at this little clip that outlines the 9 sections of a great proposal.
Time to dig into the gold nugget.
There are 9 key sections that you have to have in your proposal. I'm going to walk you through each of them right now. Section number 1 is called the snapshot. Section number 2 is called the business needs. Section number 3 is called the audience needs. Section number 4 is called the solution. Section number 5 is called the timeline. Section number 6 is my favourite section. It's called the investment. Directly after the investment, you want to include an FAQ section. Section number 8 is called next steps. And section number 9 is what I call the mutual agreement. And I remember making that video and having a hell of a time peeling those bloody post-it note stickers off and making a whole bunch of noise. So lesson learned, make it easy for yourself when you do that kind of stuff in the future. But if you are writing proposals for clients and they're not converting, go back and just watch those 9 sections, or better still, watch the full video training and get the full proposal template. If you've never written a proposal before, that's a great place to start. 2 things about that proposal template that absolutely fundamentally changed my business was changing cost and pricing to the word investment and adding the FAQ section immediately after the investment, which basically is your opportunity to handle all of their objections and answer all of their objections in advance.
Yep, absolutely.
And
one of the... No,
sorry, by the way, can I just chime in here? Something we discovered recently, right, is that proposal template is being used by thousands of WordPress consultants all over the world to generate in excess of $50 million a year in consulting revenue.
That's amazing.
There you go.
Wow.
One little proposal template just like that. And we're giving it away for free. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, I've used it for we have like pre-built versions of it for different services that we offer. One of the biggest mistakes I see a lot of people make is that, well, WordPress consultants make, is they recreate it from scratch every single time. Now, it's a fantastic framework, but if it's taking you a long time to do it, then you're really listing out all the different features you offer, all the different components, as opposed to trying to reframe them as benefits. By the time that I usually get to the proposal stage, like, I'm pretty certain that we've got this, and it's just really an agreement, as opposed to I'm trying to convince them using a proposal. I want to make sure I'm positioning myself more effectively using the go wide, go deep method, as opposed to trying to convince them of everything in this proposal. A lot of people can take hours to make this work, but you just don't need it like that. It's clear, it's got all the ingredients you need to get them to sign up. Beautiful.
So check that out. Max has put the link up on the screen again. So now, a little bit of a segue here into our do we announce it and then do the bumper, or do we do the bumper and then announce it? I think we do the bumper. This is a bit of a segue into our tool of the week.
Get ready for Tool of the Week.
Our tool of the week this week. Now this could be a little bit confusing because our tool of the week this week is actually WordPress, kind of. Just kidding. It's really the White Label CMS plugin. The White Label CMS plugin is a free plugin that we have just updated. It's a free plugin that we make, and we've just updated it recently with a whole bunch of awesome new features. One of the killer features that we've added to the White Label CMS plugin is the ability to basically replace the entire dashboard with a page that you have pre-built in your favorite page builder, either Beaver Builder or Elementor. One of our elevators, Dan Doherty, he's using this to basically showcase his events, his training events that are coming up, and to drive people back to his blog to get them to buy more consulting services and read his blog and stay up to date with what's happening. So he's completely replaced the WordPress dashboard. When his clients log in, they just basically see an ad for his consulting services and his live training events coming up.
Yeah.
Genius idea. So that's a killer feature. And I believe you very recently made a how-to video about the White Label CMS plugin.
Yeah, just basically how to customize the login screen. So add in your logo or add in your client's logo and customize the background. So quick and easy video. You can check out the tutorial. Do we have a bit of a clip for that one? We don't? Fantastic. You can check that out on YouTube. Hopefully, by the time you Google this or YouTube this, you could say customize the WordPress login screen. That would be great if that was #1 on YouTube already. But maybe tuck in WP Elevation and that one should come up. And it's this quick and easy tutorial about how to do that. That's something that, it's very common that you need to do. We do that on all of the sites that we build for clients. Sometimes we keep it, by default, we use our branding, but then if we want to customize, we put in the client's branding in there.
Oh, do you really? So you rebrand the WordPress login screen with Renegade Empire branding?
We have that by default.
Right.
But yeah.
I might start doing that.
Nice one.
I might
Use my branding?
Yeah, I
Thanks,
might start
buddy.
using Renegade Empire on my client websites.
Sweet.
Awesome. The reason that we built that plugin, by the way, we built the first version of that plugin back in 2008 because we wanted to use it for our own client sites. It was basically a thing that we built to scratch our own itch. And one of the first things we wanted to do was to rebrand the login, not to pretend that we're not using WordPress, but just to stop the client asking awkward questions like, what's WordPress and why is my website built on WordPress? And then you have to go through this whole education piece with them and they don't really get it. And, it's just a wasted conversation. And then when they log into the dashboard, there's all these other things linking them off to WordPress meetups and the WordPress development blog. And again, they ask all these questions that you don't want to have to answer over and over again. So it's not to pretend we're not using WordPress, it's just to streamline the process of handing them over.
Yeah, it's to create less confusion, basically. Like where we've got screen options and help on the different WordPress pages, you can actually hide those things. But the point is that there are lots of options within this, so you can customize it to suit the way that you want to white label WordPress.
Yeah, and one of the things we've done now is allow you to add a full screen background image to the login screen.
Yeah. Quite a nice touch.
Very fancy. All right, hey, we've had a couple of questions from some of our members in our various Facebook groups, so we're going to help some people get unstuck.
Let's get unstuck.
James Pearson, I think that's how I pronounce your name, according to our Facebook group, is a conversation starter. I'm not even sure I know what that means, but apparently James posts things in our Facebook group that people comment on, and I'm assuming that that's why Facebook has badged him a conversation starter. Bit of gamification happening in the Facebook groups if you haven't noticed. Anyway, James says, time tracking. Anyone got resources on how to set up Harvest for managing projects and then care plans on a monthly basis, what the setup might look like when I go to create a new client and a project? Not sure if it's maybe been covered in a webinar or WP Elevation content, or if anyone uses it here to work out profitability for projects as well as care plans, I'd love to connect. Yeah. Simon Kelly.
Yeah, awesome. This is exactly what we do. We use Asana and Harvest for our time tracking. For our care plans, we just have one project for care plans. We don't track that per client because we don't do any hourly care plan stuff at all. I know some people that do, and if you do, then I would recommend having a project for each client for your care plans. And then, so every project in Harvest should be a new service that you provide to a client, right? So you've got clients and then the projects. Project would be a care plan, a website, e-commerce site, any new project that you've got for them. So our care plans, because we don't do hourly, we just have one project called care plan, and that makes it nice and easy for us. So there's two options for you, James.
So, quick question, and this might be a curveball, but how do you know your care plans are profitable?
Overall, so the amount of time that's put into the care plan and how much it costs overall. Yeah.
So this is an interesting distinction because I think a lot of people get this wrong. I don't think, and I know you agree, I don't think you should have an hourly rate that you quote your clients, but I think you need to know how much it costs you to deliver something, and that is usually broken down per hour or per day, right?
Yep.
So I know what it costs me to run my business for a day, therefore if I'm going to spend 5 days on a project with a client, I know the minimum that I have to charge them, but I never quote the client an hourly rate because then that's just a debate about what you're worth. I always quote them a project fee or a value-based project fee, but I know what it costs me to deliver that because I know what my hourly rate is internally.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we have ours, like our care plans in like bundles of 10, so I know how much a bundle of 10 would cost me and how many team members I need to deliver that.
Got it.
So I know once we get over 20, it's time to hire someone else because we're going to start having internal struggles. Yeah, and then our costs are going to go up, and it's going to be a little less profit margin between 20 and by the time we get to 25, it starts to get a bit better. And as we approach 30, that's the sweet spot. So yeah, it's definitely important to know your margins overall. Breaking it down per client is, I think, just a bit of overkill if you're delivering the same thing across lots of different clients, because then it's so much admin work to change between different clients, right? So you want to be able to just keep it consistent across everyone.
Perfect. Angie Neal also asks, this is an unusual question, and I'm actually going to touch on this. Angie says, who hires a project manager and what software do you use? So there's actually two questions here. Who hires a project manager? Well, I mean, there's bunch of people that could come and say, I do, and that's the end of that conversation. So I'm not sure what you're trying to ask there. What I think you're trying to ask is, if you hire a project manager, what software do you use and what software do you let them use to manage the team? I think that's what you're asking, Angie. I'm going to say, yes, we have hired project managers and we use Asana. Of course, you could be asking, who hires a project manager and what software do you use to hire them? I mean, that's what you could be asking. I don't think that's what you're asking, but I'm going to make an assumption that you're asking, if you hire a project manager, what software do you use to manage projects? We use Asana. I know a lot of people love Teamwork. I know some Uber nerds love Podio.
Uber nerds.
Yeah, I don't love Podio.
Charlie Vella, I believe, is an Uber nerd that loves it. I think he's given up because he said, okay, team, you pick.
Yeah, that's
right.
And
they picked Asana, he went,
yeah.
Too bad. Use Podio. No, he said, fine.
I have a love-hate relationship with Asana, but you know what? I have a love-hate relationship with pretty much everything, so nothing is perfect. Asana or Teamwork tend to kind of be the go-tos in our space.
Yeah.
Now, here's what I do want to touch on though, Angie. I've learned recently a great framework for asking for help, and I just want to touch on this very quickly because I think
I think it's important.
Yeah, I think it might help you get some clarity. It's easier for people to answer questions if the question is super clear. So, one of the things that we've learned recently is when asking for help, have a very specific question in mind. So in this case, it might be, hey, if you guys hire a project manager, what software do you use to manage projects once you've hired them? That's a very specific question because this question's a little bit vague. The other thing is you might want to outline what you've already tried that hasn't worked, what the non-negotiables are. So you might say, hey, do you guys hire project managers? I don't want to hire a project manager offshore. I want to hire someone locally. That might be a non-negotiable. Also, what resources do you have available? Hey, I'm hiring a project manager. I'm looking for a software tool. I don't want to spend any more than $97 a month on the software. That might be a resource that you have available, right? Or you might say, I've got no cash but got lots of time. Is there a free option? And then based on that, what would you guys suggest I do? So that's a very simple framework, asking for help. Very specific question. What have you tried that hasn't worked? What are the non-negotiables? What resources do you have available? And based on that, what would you guys do if you were in my situation?
Yeah. And in this particular question, it comes up a lot. So I think the deeper question is something to do with an issue that you're having around projects, either being not on time or not profitable, or taking so much of your time to manage the thing. So if you do want to reframe that one, Angie, and help us get a little bit deeper, we'll be able to help you out a little bit more.
Chris Badgett is watching. Hey, Chris Badgett from Lifter LMS. How you doing, my friend? Paul Bomas is watching. So is Jen Sikowski, who is going to be here for Mavericks all week. Fantastic. Awesome. Can't wait to see you, Jen Sikowski.
Yep.
Christina Hawkins is also going to be in town. Can't wait to see you, Hawkinator. And she says, of course, some of us use Trello for project management.
Yep.
Mitch Britt says, if doing set hours per care plan client, if doing set hours per care plan client, Harvest is awesome. You can see an overview of what time is left per customer.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yep,
Gold
fantastic.
star and a chocolate love heart for Mitch Britt, hey, for that contribution. Thanks, Mitch. Of course, you'll have to come to Santa Monica to collect the love heart. But if you don't, then take a virtual kiss for Valentine's Day, my friend. All right. So, hey, this has been fun. Always. I like we're doing Silence is Golden from an apartment in Santa Monica.
First time it's been on the road.
First time we're doing it on location with the setup, not doing it down the old iPhone looking up your nostrils. We're actually doing it with the setup here. It's very exciting. Christina Hawkins is packing as I watch this, she says.
Oh my God.
Well, don't forget your undies just because you're distracted watching us. Right, so the call to action here is remember to check out our video where we share our full proposal template and our 3-part video training series to help you write great proposals, run great client meetings, and essentially build a great business as a WordPress consultant. The link is below or in the description of the video or in the show notes here. It is wplinks.io/proposal. We look forward to seeing you next week. Could be a little bit funky because we literally land in Australia at about 7 o'clock in the morning. So it's probably going to be painful, or it'll be Wednesday. It might be Wednesday. We might disappear off the air next week. We're not sure yet, but we will let you know. Keep your eyes on our Facebook page for updates there at wpelevation.com/Facebook. Hey, this has been fun, dude.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in and like the change of time and everything. So I appreciate you if you're here.
Yeah.
It's been great.
It has been great. And remember, until next time, what is our sign-off? Do we have a sign-off?
Yeah, you're basically in it just then.
Right.
Yeah.
We do have a sign-off.
Yeah.
The whole knowledge is power, silence is golden thing. I thought we'd change it this year.
Well, we had to talk about it last time and
Did
it kind
we?
of didn't land
Didn't
on
we come up with anything better? We didn't come up with anything better, so we're just going to stick with what we've got. So, until next time, I'm Troy Dean.
I'm Simon Kelly, and remember, knowledge is power.
And silence is golden.